question from Liz from Rye. She asks, the president refuses to release his tax returns, but there's been much reporting on huge corporations like Amazon who pay next to nothing in taxes. What can Congress do to assure those not among the 1% that the rich pay their fair share? Michael Steele?
That question assumes that that's what the Congress wants, the rich to pay their fair share. While there's a rhetoric around it, the votes aren't there for it. And I think, I would dare say that, you do have a situation on both sides of the aisle where they'll propose legislation that they know will fail. They'll say, yeah, we're all behind this, but they know the Senate will kill it, or they know the House will kill it. So a lot of the questions that are asked about what leadership can do and will do resides ultimately with you. And you absolutely nailed it when you said you've got to be accountable. I mean, these folks have got to be accountable to the voters, and the voters have to hold their feet to the fire. We should have a national debate about health care, about taxes. But on health care, who was in the room making the health care decisions in the Obama White House and in the Trump White House? Insurance companies. There weren't doctors there. They weren't represented by the people. They weren't represented by pharmaceuticals. You had a very limited special interest that controlled the outcome of the discussion. Same is true on taxes. I think the tax cut is a great idea, but the tax cut that was passed is not a good middle-class tax cut. In fact, it's not a middle-class tax cut at all.
What could we have done about that?
Pardon me?
What could we, the people, have done about them only talking to, or primarily talking to, the people who are going to hurt us the most?
Well, I mean, a big part of it is getting engaged in the conversation and forcing the issue with the elected officials. Now, what happened, I'll just give you a good example. Parkland, all right? Florida is one of the toughest places on God's green earth to change gun laws in this country. You just don't do it. It just doesn't happen. And yet those students found the way to do it. I mean, how was that different from what we saw, what happened in Colorado, what happened with the kids up in New England? How was that different? What was different was the way the students engaged, the way the people engaged on the issue. And so it's important that, look, I can just tell you from the inside the bubble, when politicians talk about, we want you to go vote, no, they don't want you to go vote. What they want is the people who will vote for the things that they want them to vote on to go vote. All right? It's a very narrow population of people. So on tax cuts, on health care, engaging and forcing their hand on an issue that would otherwise not be relevant is how you make it relevant.